Is FOMO happening in your mind or in your body? Bonjour, light sparklers, it's Claire from Integrally Alive with practical wisdom and tools for busy humans. Did you hear about the Embodiment Conference? Well, okay, I might have told you a bit about it in the last days. You know, this huge online summit, like any other I've seen, honestly, with a lot of great teachers, many of them my teachers, about embodiments. And you know what it's like when we participate in such events. There is so much goodness. It's so easy to get your head buzzing with all the options. Like literally every time I look at the schedule, I don't know what to choose. Like for each session, each hour, there is 10 more. I just want to see them all. And they all look interesting. So you know what? Welcome to FOMO, or at least a little bit of excitement. And maybe you don't care about the Embodiment Conference, maybe you do, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you've been to such events where it's just like, wow, all of this, and I have only like 2 hours, 3 hours. Too many presentations to attend them all, and all is interesting. So let's talk about FOMO, let's talk about this excitement. And in the last days, I noticed that, yeah, I get pretty excited when I'm reading the schedule and, you know, the joyful exploration and anticipation for the sessions, the dilemma at like 2 or even more at the same time. And noticing that I said to myself I would join 2 every day maximum, and then I can watch them later. But I noticed that more and more there's a want of, no, this one, it looks interesting as well. So just a little bit more, or just one more. So I started to notice my nervous system getting really active. I decided to take a break. It felt good. And again, maybe you don't know the Embodiment Conference, but you do know, maybe you were there at Mind Valley University. I noticed quite a lot of FOMO there as well, or in any other events. Type 1, actually, if you have the option of typing comments, type 1 in the comments if this sounds familiar. And I'd like to talk a little bit about what the incidence of all of this on the nervous system, because that was another trap question, not me. It happens in the mind and the body, of course. So the mind is all like buzzing, but the body as well, it has an incidence, and especially on your nervous system. It is an arousal, a hyper-arousal of your sympathetic nervous system, you know, the fight and flight nervous system, as some call it. And it's basically getting stuck in the high, in the whoo, yeah, which feels good for a while, and then gets really draining, because it also blocks the need we have to regulate and to, you know, this balance I talked about already between parasympathetic nervous system and sympathetic nervous system, the action and the rest, to be able to get into the action, and then to need the rest and the action and the rest, and so on and so forth. So it's supposed to be a balance, like a wave. But sometimes when we get into FOMO, when we go into these hyper excitement states, it's more like a jump and this tendency to overdo, and then noticing too late that, oh my God, I didn't sleep for 2 days. And yeah. So what to do? How to self-regulate when we feel this kind of stuff, and what is self-regulation anyway, right? Well, regulation, I hope you understand, it's just this wave, this ability to go from parasympathetic to sympathetic and back to parasympathetic and back to sympathetic, and not to get stuck in one. But regulation means as well, it's slow and gentle. I mean, slow, not, it can be really quickly, but gentle, yes. It's not like these jumps. Self-regulate. Well, do it yourself. How do you do that? You ask me. Good question. Notice, first off, just Notice, like literally pause and notice your level of mental excitement. Are there thoughts rushing in your head so quickly that you cannot stop them? Is it difficult to get asleep because you are too excited, maybe? Notice your physical arousal. In your muscle tone, do you feel like ready for a run? Even if you're seated looking at your computer? Heartbeat, a breathing pattern. A lot of time I find people hold their breath, like, this is so good. So notice all of this in yourself. And I'm laughing because I'm doing all of this, of course. I'm a human, remember? None of us is a superhero. Get over it. Okay, so first you notice that, and then you can self-regulate. How do you do that? Okay, pause. Make a break. Make a pause. Let the thoughts, if they need, tire themselves of running in circles. They will stop at some point, even if it doesn't feel so. Now, a good way to do that is integrating what you already attended. So if you're in the middle of such an event, you've already seen a lot of things, and watching and taking more in will actually prevent you to integrate what you've already seen. So find your own way to integrate what you've already seen and heard and learned. And you can do that in many different ways. Many people like to journal or write, or, bullet points of your insights, whatever form it takes. But why not drawing? And don't tell me you cannot draw. Like, you were drawing when you were 3, so no way you can draw now as an adult, okay? Same with dancing. Why not dancing it? Like, let your body integrate it from itself, from the body. That can be a very interesting one. And if you're worried about the fact that you will not integrate and that you will forget things and, this kind of stuff, if you dance it or if you draw it, well, why not try it? Just try. And if you do, and I hope you do, please let me know in the comment how it was. And if it feels too personal, contact me directly. I'm quite okay. I will answer, and I'm really curious about this because we have so many ways to learn, and the intellectual mind is not the only way to integrate and to learn things. So you might be surprised what happens if you draw or dance or any other creative way you can find to integrate stuff. And why not? Let me know in the comments what's your preferred way to integrate things. Now, if you're in public, let's say you are at an event and you want to quickly self-regulate, well, maybe you don't dare dancing. Well, you should try, but I understand if you don't. So a quick hack, a more unnoticeable way of doing this. Open your mouth. I don't mean like, but just open your mouth ever so slightly. It means relax your jaws. More often than not, we like with excitement. So just relax your jaws. Breathe out. Sigh. And feel your weight. Yeah, it sounds weird maybe if you're not used to do this kind of stuff. But again, try it. What does happen when you feel your weight? And depending on how you stand, sit, or maybe you feel your weight in the feet, or maybe you can feel your weight on the chair. And notice what happens when you do that. Just relax your jaw, breathe out, and feel your weight going down to the point of contact of your body with the floor, the chair, whatever is supporting you. Something is supporting you. Feel that support. So that's a quick and really quick actually hack to do in public when you cannot express yourself a bit more. Then, okay, integrate. There's this quick hack if you're in public. And then really make a pause, make a break, and do some calming activities, not only for your mind. And I hope you could see that, by the way, all of this was integrating your mind, ideas going in circle, and your body. It's also relaxing your nervous system. Exhaling is activating your parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest, supportive. Now, you can also, please, do a break, make a pause, do some calming activities. You know, be a cat for some time, just be a cat. So what can you do? Well, actually, if you do have a cat, grab it, and if it's, you know, if it wants to stay with you, because at the end they decide, just spend some time caressing your cat, just sinking to this really relaxed way they have to do things. So caressing a cat is super relaxing. Stretch, slow movement, with again focusing on what's happening in the movement, your weight, so on. Go take a walk. I don't know, do the dishes, any activity that doesn't require mental activity. So no Netflix, you know, laugh, yeah, that's a great one. On the top of my head, these are the most one. Well, you know, mine would be dancing, of course, but it doesn't have to be yours. Tell me yours, actually, in the comments. Tell me what's your preferred calming activity. And then notice your level of engagement before you engage in another session. And you can be, you know, the more you listen to that, the more you will listen to it and the more you will notice it. So the less it has to come to this hyper level of excitement, and the more you can regulate before it comes to that. Remember the wave? Gentle wave. So if you notice it here, it doesn't have to go here, and it can be really smooth. And so notice your level activation before engaging with another session, and start the session by grounding yourself, centering. What do I need to arrive here and now? And do whatever you need. And again, it's really simple, just a few seconds. And if you don't know what it is, it could be stretching, it could be drinking some water. If you don't know what it is, feel your weight. That's it. 2 seconds, okay, maybe 10 seconds. No one saw anything, and you're there, and you're relaxed and ready to engage. Try it. And feel free again to come and drop your comments and questions on Facebook, on Instagram. I love these conversations and I will reply. And that's it. That was your weekly dose of fierce love, a mix of love and brutal honesty. Boom! Your life just got easier. Thanks for being here. Remember to subscribe for more, and au revoir. Until next time.